Hey guys, this time we're talking about movies. Yes, no video games, no Fortnite this time. Tomb Rage is doing a movie, more so Pedro Pascal review. I'm still gonna review Fantastic Four, but this video is basically about Pedro Pascal as Reed. Before we get to Pedro Pascal as Reed, let me just review the movie briefly. And spoilers alert, it's gonna be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers and you haven't watched the movie yet, please click out, please, and then come back once you watch the movie and you can continue. But if you don't care, you're welcome to stay and enjoy the video. Please subscribe, and let's get into the details. All right, so this is something that I am very passionate about because I've been watching Marvel movies and reading comics as long as I can remember. My favorite character is Black Panther. Absolutely love that character, and it's so sad that Chadwick passed away, and the whole Wakanda Forever movie was mediocre. Anyway, the Fantastic Four movie, I went to watch it 2 days after it came out, and I gave it a 7.5. And I know. Before you rush into the comments and start spamming, "You were an idiot. Why did you not like that movie?" Chill. Let me explain. There's a lot into the movie that was great. The story was great. Solid story for what it is. The two things that came out that was great and amazing from that movie is The Thing and Galactus. Those are the best written characters in my opinion. And where I watched the movie, I absolutely loved The Thing and Galactus. They were great. The way from how they're designed to how the actors played the characters was great. I have no issues with those two. Those two were amazing. Another one I don't have an issue with is I just have some gripes I have with is Vanessa Kirby. Again, she played a wonderful Sue Storm. She was great with the whole characters. I'd say The Thing from First Steps is definitely the best thing we got, and I'm not talking about just Thing. I'm talking about the Thing, the character, right? That's the best thing we've had. He was definitely better character wise and visual wise, more than the 2005 one. Sue Storm was also good. She's up there too. No problem with her either. I just have some small gripes which I don't really need to mention. I'll give her a 9 out of 10 performance. Vanessa Kirby, great Sue Storm. They showed all her powers, pushing Galactus into a portal. Like they showed the how powerful she can get. Even though it drained her and almost, well, basically killed her, but she got revived. Anyway, absolutely have no problem with those three characters. Now, the things I have problem with is one, Johnny Storm. Okay, Joseph Quinn, if I'm saying his name right, he could have pulled it off, but I think this is more of a script problem, not the actor himself, because he played this type of character, like, bad boy, hothead type of character in Stranger Things, I believe, and that's what people pointed out. And I do not mind him. I don't mind him at all. I feel like this is more of a script thing. They toned him down way too much, and it just didn't feel like Johnny Storm. But I don't mind him. Like it was like a mixture of sometimes he's Johnny Storm, sometimes he's not. Which it was like an eh. Like this movie, I would have given it about 8.5, but Johnny Storm kind of toned it down to like a 8.2, and then obviously the title of the video, Pedro Pascal, pushed it to a 7.5, and I'll explain why. But Johnny Storm was okay. It was okay. I feel like the script would have done justice for Joseph Quinn, but he played the character well for what they gave him. Definitely, I just want to point out, definitely I would take Chris Evans over Joseph Quinn as Human Torch, but we cannot recast Chris Evans. He's Captain America. He will always be Captain America for me, and I don't want to see him as Johnny Storm. I just want to see him as Captain America. Anyway, we move on to Silver Surfer. I hated that they did not give her the right origin story of this version of Silver Surfer, and it just felt like they rushed it and they just threw in this backstory last minute, and the whole thing with her and Johnny Storm felt like they were trying to do what they were doing, what Fox did in 2005, but at the same time no, and it just was not going anywhere, and that's where it just vanished. Like she was just there, she just existed in the movie. Nothing else I can say about that. She was just there. She was like a side character that's not a side character, if that even makes sense. So Silver Surfer, again, one of the ones I did not like in this movie. And then now we come to the headlines, you know. We come to the what you clicked to this video. The whole point of this video. Pedro freaking Pascal. Now, when this casting first happened, I was so confused. I was like, why is this guy being casted? He looks nothing like Reed, right? He doesn't look like anything. There's no version of Mr. Fantastic that looks like Pedro Pascal, right? Then some of my friends told me that, oh, he's hot in the scene right now. He's in everything. He's been in Mandalorian. It's like, what? Pedro Pascal is Mandalorian? I even know that because I don't watch Star Wars. He's been in like so many other movies, and he's like the hot cake right now of Hollywood. So they just throw him in. So I was like, okay, that's just, you know, marketing thing, and I hate that because they've done that with Chris Pratt a lot. Like Chris Pratt is in things he's not supposed to be, like Mario or Garfield. Now those are more of like, you know, voice acting. Sometimes you can tolerate that because you can actually see the character as long as the person voices them well, which Chris Pratt didn't. Like Garfield doesn't sound like Garfield, and Mario doesn't sound like Mario. Mario had an actor already in the video games. They could have just used that. But again, it's just that marketing thing. The one that's hot right now is the one they're gonna use, and I absolutely don't like it. And Pedro Pascal is one of them. And we can see that this casting was just for that. It was nothing else. Yes, some people will defend him. The Pedro Pascal lovers out there is that he plays characters well. Well, here's the thing. If you're gonna cast characters that already have an established appearance, please cast them the way they look and the acting matches the character too. Like, have both. Don't skip on one. Don't get a character that looks like Mr. Fantastic but acts nothing like Mr. Fantastic, and also don't get a character that doesn't look like Mr. Fantastic but acts like Mr. Fantastic. I like, pick both ways, please. Do not have one or the other, because it ruins the character. Because when I was watching this movie, I was just thrown off every time I saw Pedro Pascal, because I did not see Reed. I just saw Pedro cosplaying as Reed. That's all I saw the entire movie. All the other cast was fine. All the remaining Fantastic Three was great, right? They should just named it Fantastic 3 with Pedro as a cosplayer. It was not Fantastic 4, it was Fantastic 3. Mr. Fantastic was unfantastic. Ironic, right? Yeah, and another thing I saw is like his facial expression never changed. It was like the same facial expression, whether he's sad, whether he's thinking, whether he's not believing in certain things, or like any emotion that he brought out. Like, for example, the scene where the reporters are asking him, "Are we safe?" and he turns around, is like, "I don't know." He's like, he just turned around and just, I don't know, as Pedro Pascal, and it was just his face just stayed the same. As I don't know, he's worried, right? His kid is being targeted by Galactus. He wants your kid, but even the way he's explained that he wants the kid, you don't see worry in his face, you just see Pedro in his face. If that makes sense. And he has a certain way he's speaking that does not match Reed whatsoever. it's there's so many things that were going wrong while I'm watching this, and I don't hate the guy, right? But please cast him on the right roles. The thing I don't understand is why didn't they just recast the guy that played the 2005 one? I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I have nothing on my screen to pull up. I don't want to pull it up, but you guys know who I'm talking about, right? If you're going to cast like a 50-year-old, he's the same age as Pedro. Why not recast him? He played it amazingly in those movies. If those movies had a good budget like MCU, they would have been great, right? Those movies, the Fox movies, if they had MCU budget, those movies would have been one of the greatest superhero movies. They just didn't have that budget, and it was good for what they had, and they could have just recasted him. He looks like Reed, he plays like Reed. Have him be Reed. Another thing is that they casted John Krasinski in Doctor Strange, and then they just threw that whole thing out the window, as in, oh, it was just a multiverse thing. Even though he played the character good, like I saw Reed when I was looking at it, it wasn't visually annoying me, and it's not his fault that the script made him look dumb. It's not his fault that the script wanted him to be turned into noodles. The script was in favor of Wanda. It's not John Krasinski's fault. He would have been a perfect one if they just slapped John Krasinski or the actor that played Mr. Fantastic in the 2005 movie. This movie would have been an 8.5, or it would have been 9 if they fixed a few things. It had potential, but they kind of ruined it with these things that I've mentioned earlier. So I absolutely do not, or I'm not on board with Pedro Pascal as being Reed, and I don't know how I'm gonna tolerate him in the next 10 years if this is the same Reed they're gonna use, because I keep hearing headlines that he's gonna be the face of Marvel now. Annoying. I don't want to see him as Reed. He does not look like Reed. He also did not play good as Reed. Yes, go bash me in the comments, tell me that Pedro played a good Reed. He didn't. He did not. Right? He was decent at best. His facial expression is horrible. I just did not like that he was just there. It just felt like he was, again, it just felt like Pedro was cosplaying Mr. Fantastic and he wasn't part of the actual movie. He just seemed out of place, is the word I was looking for that whole time. He felt out of place. But yes, there's Pedro Pascal lovers out there that are gonna be angry about me because of this, but I do not care. Go in the comments. I want to know how many people did not like how Pedro Pascal was Reed, and then let's see how many people did. Most of the time it's gonna be a lot, because we have this thing where these movies come out and we just compare them to Love and Thunder and She-Hulk and Ironheart and all those horrible movies, and we just hype it up way too much, even though it wasn't as great. When I'm looking at it, I'm looking at how this movie is. I'm not comparing it to Endgame and Love and Thunder. I'm just looking at what this movie was. The movie was great, the story was great, but it was just those things that ruined it. It ruined the experience for me, and Pedro Pascal was on top of the tower of annoyance, because I visually could not accept it, because it just was visually bad, and also the acting was decent at best. That's it for this video. That's all. I just wanted to rant a bit about Pedro Pascal, and that's it. So guys, please leave a comment. I want to know what your opinions are, and like this video. And if you want to dislike because you like Pedro Pascal, well, guess what? There's no like button. So great job. You are not gonna get me. Anyway, the likes are not gonna appear, so just go on and dislike. But if you like this video and you like what I'm saying and you agree with what I'm saying, please leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe, because you don't want to miss some random videos like this about movies instead of video game. But hopefully soon I'm going to release a video game video, but I just had to bring this out here. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.